So what's poppin'? It's your boy DeejayDadon. We're at the lounge, you know what I'm saying? This is huge because we got to change the scenery, change the vibes. Everything's feeling good today, good feng shui. You know what I'm saying? So, we got Miss Serenity Hill on to the right of me. We got Lotus right in front of me. We got my homie Neyvis, from the slums.
From the beginning.
From the beginning. I don't even know how she's still here.
It's been a journey. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. It's going to be like your whole mental health journey with me.
You're the problem.
And I'll be like, you're right. There's no debate at all. You know what I'm saying? So, it's crazy because it's May and it's social awareness, mental health awareness month.
There we go.
And Outsiders came apart because of this month, so it was kind of big for me to, we're doing lives all month, we're doing these shows, and I think that a lot of listeners are gonna be excited for this month. So, we're gonna dive right into it. Since we already got cocktails on the table, this is what is it called? What do we call it? What's the name of it?
The confidence juice.
The confidence booster.
Confidence booster.
Booster.
And so I have a story about confidence boost. I mean, like literally, I was in Jamaica.
Here we go.
Right.
I was 18. It was my graduation trip. I was 18, and my stepdad, he's so eager for me to go to the bar so we can go get a drink. He wants his father-son time or whatever. So I go to the bar. I'm like, hey man, like what should I get? And I'm thinking like Sex on the Beach or something like. One of the I don't have anything in mind, And this Jamaican chick, she's like, I tell you what you need. I tell you. You get you Jamaican rum. It has 3 symptoms.
Oh my God.
The first one will wake you up. The second one will put you to sleep. And the third one will kill you. I said, I don't want that.
Oh my God.
Anything contemplating death, I'm not with it. So I kid you not, I'm like, I ain't no punk. I'm gonna go ahead and drink it. The first one, bro, we lit. I don't even remember partying with my stepdad like that, but we was kicking it. Second one, I never made it to third shot, but I was asleep for a full day. No, I was asleep. I was asleep so long, my stepdad had enough time to take a picture of me, put it on my laptop as my screensaver.
Oh my God. Okay.
So they warned you and you did it anyway.
Oh, yeah. I was feeling good. I was 18. But ever since that day, I didn't drink nothing until I was 21. Like, I was just not messing with liquor.
Right. I'm a man.
It was the devil himself. Like, why? So every time I saw that bar, first of all, she had hair on her chest.
Okay.
She was feeling good. She had a little lip action going on.
Baby.
So I saw her every time I saw her at the bar, bro. I got scared. I was like, oh, no.
And that was your confidence boost?
Oh, no. It was the confidence boost for me not to drink that thing no more. I ain't drinking that devil juice. Every time I see Jamaican rum, I run away.
Did you get hairs on your chest?
A little hair on my chest, you know what I'm saying?
Burned.
Right. That's probably what it is.
Burn the hair off, man. So, we're talking self-confidence and, body imaging today. So, before the show, we kind of talked about self-confidence just a little bit, but, a lot of people in our generation kind of struggle with it because it's the lack of resources, a lot, and a lot of examples for self-confidence. And so, why is self-confidence so important? Like, why is it so important to be different, and confident in what you do?
Well, I mean, I feel like it just brings that sense of diversity. I feel like it also keeps it authentic. So it makes it a lot more relatable and helps more people want to be themselves if you are able to exude your own self-confidence,
And social media has made it like really hard to just be yourself and like not really look at anybody else and just like really do what you want for yourself. And I feel like for you to just genuinely be yourself, like outside, just behind the camera and in front of the camera, it's like a journey for everybody. And I feel like, we got to celebrate every step all the time. So I feel like, we're still working on it, right? It's just
absolutely.
It's just a matter.
I feel like a lot of people, like with social media, a lot of people can get lost in who they are and who they want to be because, like you said, the different examples, those examples aren't realistic. Think about the IG filter being taken off in Texas.
Yeah.
No offense, I already didn't use filters because they always look cartoony to me or look kind of weird. But like, look how that's even trending. That they're upset that the filters are gone. So now it's like this new mask. Now it's like I'm fearful to be myself on
For
camera,
people to see who I really
on
am.
a platform, not even a platform, but a tool that is meant for fun, but now for business. in advertisements and whatever. But people get lost in all of that because they were so used to, like, think about the filters. They were like other people, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like we have these different masks, but if you're not confident in who you are, you will always like have a little something that you're like kind of hiding behind, and like you won't really know who you are, and you won't realize that. Some people don't even realize that. Be like, I know who I am. I'm confident. You know, you hear your parents like, you don't know who you are yet. I hated that. I hate when people say that to me or would say that to me. And then it took a while for me to get older. Like, oh, okay, I get it.
And like,
I know who I am now with that.
And truly accept yourself. Like, you know, I feel like that's the biggest thing. You know, we're not perfect. Like everybody has their own flaws. Everybody has their own thing that they're struggling with, and just accepting that, okay, this is who I am. Yeah, it may not be the best thing about myself, but okay, how can I deal with this, or how can I like be able to use this as like a force to just be better and do better.
I think social media has kind of brought like a negative thing when it comes to self-confidence though, just because you see all these people and they're doing different things. You don't really know what's going on in their real life, but you start to compare yours to their, you know, and that can play on you a lot, you know? So especially if it comes to looks, everyone is really starting to look the same these days, like getting BBLs and, you know,
God
lips
bless
done
the BBLs out there.
everything, right? And it's not a bad thing, but you know, it's starting to be like if you don't
everybody
look
has to look the same.
Yeah, if you don't look this
so you're
certain
not socially
way
accepted.
at a very young age.
That is crazy to me.
At a very young age.
15,
before you can
17
even
year
like
old.
Growing to
exactly
that. So you can get the curves. They're trying to create curves.
I didn't come into curves until I was like 25. So it's like.
How old are you now?
I'm 31. I just turned 31 on.
You are not 31.
There is no way.
I am.
Bro, the devil working today.
I am
Girl, go. Whatever you're doing, I need it.
Right.
I would have just that black don't crack, you know.
I'm weak. So I want to rewind a little bit. Like, you know, we talked about, you know, the emulation of other people. Were there ever a person that you kind of emulated when you were younger as far as like fashion or inspiration, or even when you were on social media, like I kind of want to emulate this person as far as that confidence? Was there ever a person that you ever did that for?
Well, not really like.
Was it like a celebrity or was it like a person? No,
it was a person. So
not that that's
not like
they're
it's
both people.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm trying to say.
A person was it? No, it's
is it
an
like
alien.
An average Joe? Or is it...
No, like for me, it wasn't that I was like trying to be. Or anyways, for me, it was my sister. So I'm the youngest of 4, and my sisters, they're like 6 to 9 years older than me. So they were, of course, I would see them growing up, and they would. I was like 6, 7, and they were already like 12, 15. And, you know, they are already growing into their bodies, and they're already like putting makeup on or getting dressed a certain way. And I'm like, I wanted to like, at that age, I'm like, I want to do that. I want to look like them. And sometimes it would make me feel a little like self-conscious because I'm like, man, I feel like the ugly duckling. Like I do not feel okay, like mentally, like not mentally, but just like with how I look. So for me, it was them. So I feel like I got a lot of my, like, just, I guess, me, my fashion in a certain sense, and just makeup.
Oh, so they to blame. I'm going to go ahead and call them.
You should. But, no, but I mean, at the end of the day, it was a blessing because now that we're older, we share tips, we share clothes. Like, yeah, it's
heavy
nice.
On the share clothes.
Yeah, heavy. Oh, yeah.
I wish I could share clothes with somebody. I wish I could borrow a shirt.
You could probably borrow my shirt.
You got jokes. You got jokes. Anybody else?
So mine is a little bit different. I did admire my family, like as far as like who I would like look up as like as far as like different women, but I was more of a pop star R&B girl in my mind. So I was like, I look up to Britney Spears, Spice Girls.
I knew you were gonna say
Alicia Keys, you know, Janet Jackson. Those were like my top people in groups, I guess, that I would be like, wow, these powerful women, this person's like that. Like, and I would be like, you know, I would try to do all of that. Like, how can they remember this? Or how they're so confident. And even the Spice Girls, there's 5 different types of women, different personalities in one as one group. So I really admire that unity and that they were just powerful and that they were always on stage doing stuff. And they were always in the news. People were always talking about them, but they never had like a negative. Okay, not all of them, but you know. Let's pause. I love you, Brittany. If you're watching this, Brittany, I still love you. Like,
we stand beside you, sis.
Yes. Brittany, right?
She over there like, I'm gonna stand beside her.
Okay. I'm a ride or die. Okay,
we love you, girl.
I'm a ride or die.
I'm weak.
But yeah, so pop stars and R&B. That was like my looking at how strong they were as an example then, and how they would be talked about, and how they just carried themselves through the negativity.
I agree. I was definitely more on an R&B kind of path though, like Toni Braxton and like, I mean, Madonna was like
Braxton
definitely up there. Okay.
With the songs always.
Right? Yeah, a little songbird. But yeah.
Hey, relax.
But yeah, so that definitely Toni Braxton was my number one. Toni and Madonna for fashion.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Sarah Jessica Parker was
crazy.
my like
great
fashion
choice.
inspiration all the
Great
time.
choice.
And I probably shouldn't have been watching Sex and the City, but
No,
like
should have been.
Yeah.
at that age,
we do?
definitely.
You hear that, Miss
That
Martinez?
made me.
She out here watching
And
shows.
she
She ain't got
watches
no
everything. Literally, she follows me on Instagram, and she's always commenting. She's so cute. She's always commenting. She's like my biggest hype woman.
That
She
As
is.
she should be.
As she should be, right? I'm like, I love my mom.
That's crazy. Man, mine. Oh my God. I feel like I went through stage. Well, first of all, I was not the most fashionable in high school at all. Like I look at myself back then. I'm like, that is atrocious.
What was I thinking?
No, like I was doing crazy stuff, like wearing the same color from head to toe. Like, why was we doing
I'm
that?
like, okay, but
no.
Going to church.
Like wearing blue all the way down,
right.
red all the way down. I'm like, God, stop. You know. But as I got older, like, person I really like Odell is the person I was just trying to be like when I was younger. Like Odell Beckham was that guy. He was swaggy. He was on the field. You know what I'm saying? And he had that fashion. So he was sponsored through everything. Yeah. And then my dumb self tried to grow my hair out to be Odell Beckham.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Dedication.
It was Odell Beckham.
Oh my Jesus.
What happened?
Oh, look, Neyvis knows. I tried to grow it out.
What happened?
And I couldn't grow it out the right way. So then it just was sitting in this little bun. And like literally
braid.
hairline went back.
He blames it. He blames
I blame it on Odell.
It's the hairstyle on the headline.
Where's the camera at? Odell, it's your fault. You are the problem, Odell. You made it seem like every black person can get that hair.
I was trying to pull up a picture. I kind of want to pull up
And then I saw your mom.
I got you. I'll keep
Put it up on the frame.
I'm down to see the picture for sure.
after the show.
I
That's
want to.
after the show.
Okay, bet. I'm a whole.
We talk about self-confidence here, people.
Oh no, Beckham.
It's
the
a
oh
roast
no
session
Beckham.
for DJ.
I'm gonna be sitting there.
salty.
Mad.
But no, like even now, like sometimes when I'm trying, cause I'm 27. I feel like I'm 47, but like literally when I go and I'm looking at fashion, I'm like, bro, like who can I? And Odell oftentimes is that person because he can pull off the graphic tees. He can pull off
Sporty,
formal,
right.
like sporty wear. You know what I'm saying? I just will never grow my hair out again.
Yeah.
I'm waiting till I die. At
And
this
don't
point.
dye it. Don't dye
I'm not
it.
dyeing it. No, I can't do that. No, not at all.
No.
And so, you know, you talked about the effect of the filters, removal of filters, you know, and not everybody really chimed in on that, but you know, it is crazy that we kind of rely ourselves on someone else to kind of symbolize our beauty for the most part. Like everybody has their own characteristic of beauty, and we don't. I mean, it's kind of like that Love Is Blind type of thing. Like, you know, why does it have to be the same connotation that we kind of call this a beauty? Like, why do you have to get a BBL to be beautiful? Why do you have to wear a ton of makeup? There's people that are naturally beautiful. There are people that naturally can wear their hair. There are people that have to wear a wig. Like, whatever your preference is what you are, and you just wear that 100%. You don't have to be out in these streets trying to look like everybody else. Because if everybody looked and acted the same, bro, like we'd be bored.
Absolutely.
Like, it's just kind of like for you ladies.
Shepherd
For you
type
ladies,
of
when you
thing.
guys date, oftentimes you don't date people in y'all city. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to be like, okay, you just like little Timmy across the street. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for me. I'm just like, bro, I'm not gonna date somebody that I know I can get for the streets. It's just like anybody in Kansas City, anybody in Dallas, anybody in Houston. Right. You have to have some type of personality, some difference in yourself to find yourself attractive. So like, why be like everybody else when you can be yourself? It's just like a wild concept.
Yeah, no, I mean, it just makes it, I feel like a lot of the times it just makes it so much easier to, like, just, especially when you're not feeling good, just put a filter on, you'll be fine. And it's like, okay, I'm good. But it's like temporary fix, you know? And then you go back, very temporary fix. And then you go back to like looking in the mirror and seeing all these flaws and just dissecting every single thing of yourself. And I mean, you know, and it takes strength to just love it and just be okay with it and just not really be so harsh on yourself. But I mean, yeah, I feel like as a man, you know, you're the only man here right now. What do you feel like? I mean, we struggle with, of course, we're women. We have so many other factors, makeup, hair, the BBL pandemic, all of that. It is a pandemic. It is a pandemic.
It's an epidemic out here.
It is a panoramic.
It's getting that
so
bad.
Accurate.
It's so sick.
It's crazy. I mean,
crazy.
Young girls, but I feel like as a man, I what is it that you feel is the biggest struggle as a man?
That's a good question.
To look into. Or
I mean, I just feel like they should just had a surgery for me to get some abs. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's not fair. You guys can lose quicker than us. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Right.
My wife is envious.
Shaped differently.
My wife is envious, bro. Like, dog, I would be over here like, oh, I'm feeling chubby today. And I lost one pack, and then I do 10 sit-ups. She's like, I know dang well that pack didn't just come back. Like, what is that? Yeah. But no.
Meanwhile, we're on like a 3-month cleanse.
Like,
juicing and only having air and water.
We
protein diet.
We didn't pick this journey, okay?
Choose your struggle.
You know what I'm saying? No, it's gonna sound funny, and I'm not trying to be funny, but at the end of the day, man, like I feel like I've gotten better with age, and I think patience is my biggest thing. Like, way I look back then, the way I was confident back then, the way I dressed back then, like, you know what I'm saying, it kind of groomed me to where I am today. Even went through college when you knew me then, and how I've groomed myself then. I'm here for all the medium ugly people out here, okay? The medium ugly, you know what I'm saying? Like, we not ugly. We not ugly, but we not fine.
You're not like super easy on the eyes,
you know
but you're not terrible to look at.
Like, I'm not Jay-Z. I'm not Jay-Z ugly.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But I'm not Michael B. Jordan either. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in the middle of that.
I see your point.
You know what I'm saying? And embracing that, because when I'm 40, I'm gonna be a bad one. I'm gonna be a bad one.
He said, that's my glow up.
I did that face app. And I looked at how I was gonna look when I was 60. I said, I'm gonna be cold. Oh, I'm gonna be cold. You can't tell me nothing. I'm gonna be that old dude with the
chin. Little salt pepper.
I'm gonna be it's gonna be crazy.
All white beard.
Hey, and I'm just waiting for that. That's all I'm just waiting for that. It's patience. This guy, you know what I'm saying? Some of y'all gonna be looking crazy in these streets when y'all 60. I'm gonna be walking these streets with my J's on.
Salt, pepper, and everything.
Oh God, but no, man, we go through peaks. We go through peaks, and you know, it's just kind of the time of kind of understanding where you are and understanding that, you know, if you are at a place that you don't like where you're at, you can quickly make that change. Because if it's a weight thing, you're a man. Your metabolism can really just pick yourself up and kind of we gain weight because we sometimes just get comfortable or lazy, and it's just where we're at. You know what I'm saying? We can just kind of lose it. And same thing with fashion. You just knowledge and understanding yourself and what you want to do. You don't look like everybody else, but just having that confidence of, you know, it's just kind of like one of those things. But as far as like, if they figure out how to give like permanent abs, I'm there. Y'all getting BBLs. Can I get permanent abs?
Oh my gosh.
Can I get permanent biceps? You know what I'm saying?
I think they can do that.
They can do that.
I feel like they can, but I mean,
at this point,
I'm just talking at this
surgery, you can pretty much do whatever.
Literally, ribs. You can add.
Who do you want to look like?
Right,
we got you.
Bring the picture, and they got you.
You can get your calves done. There's things you can do.
They get your knees. What was it? Your knees done?
It's no longer a joke. It's a thing.
Right? What is
It's a
it?
thing.
Dr. Miami doing it all, huh?
Right.
Okay,
Man, I'm telling you, it's a pandemic.
But like, so when it comes to social media, you know, like women have a lot of pressures. So it's like you have to, if you don't have your boobs out, nobody's really liking your picture. If your ass ain't shaking, nobody wants to look. You know what I mean? So what do you feel like social media brings as a pressure for men?
Man, we ain't getting no likes. You gotta be okay with that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
That's
God.
not true.
It's
not true.
That's not true.
We gotta try twice as hard because we not shaking nothing. We don't have nothing.
Y'all are
unless my
aesthetically
shirt is
pleasing.
off.
You know,
Unless my shirt is
okay,
off.
Okay, so you have to be
so
half
I gotta
naked.
sexualize myself
No,
to get some likes.
I feel like
I gotta be in that straight. Show a little leg action.
There you go. You're getting the drift now.
That's crazy.
The knees
you don't need all that.
Last, my knees is out. This is 10 likes right here. This 10 likes. This knee being out. Y'all get 1,000 likes for your knee being out. You know?
That is so true.
And don't let it be a toe.
Don't let it be a big toe.
Right.
Don't let it be.
Don't let it be a
Those
big toe.
comments.
I'll suck the toe right off of you. What is that?
Oh, but for real, there's some creepy things
Oh,
being said.
absolutely.
Like the DMs are wild.
Oh my God,
Wow.
bro. Like, I think it's just,
everywhere trying to request.
man, social media is just, I think that I get most of mine just based off of the way that I dress. Like, I'm fully confident in what I wear. I don't care. Like, I was getting ready and Neyvis was looking at me as I was getting dressed. I'm like, she was like, I don't know if I wear that. I'm like, well, I will. I'm putting it on. I don't care.
I was like, do you?
Right.
That's all I can do.
You happy.
Whatever makes
You know what I'm saying?
happy.
And I think the confidence is kind of where I get mine. And being okay that I'm not going to get 1,000 likes, 2,000 likes. It's just, social media is really just a way for me to display myself. I don't really care about the end result. You know what I'm saying? But it does suck sometimes where it's just like, man, I went all the way out, did a photo shoot. I got 15. Like, that's crazy.
I paid this amount.
Yeah.
This is all I
That's how it was in the past for sure. I was like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm putting so much bread into it.
Mm-hmm.
You've been with me through my entire journey of like, if I got like a W-2 of how much money I spent since I've had outsiders when I was 18, bro, I would be sitting here like, maybe we should throw this in the trash because, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I'm doing this for me and I'm doing it for the little people that really look up to me and stuff like that. And one by one, I'm going to motivate more and more people. And it's just like, you got to change your thought into that instead of like, oh, how many likes can I get off of this? What I got to say to get more likes? Bro, you're going to drive yourself insane. You're going to be depressed.
Right.
Just because you over here looking for approval from people that don't even know you. They don't care about your well-being. Don't care about the way you dress. Nothing like that. So it's just, it's whatever. Like, I don't care about that. Y'all can have that win. I do Facebook. My grandma all like my stuff. I don't care.
As long as my mom doesn't stop.
Right. Okay.
I'm good.
Right.
My grandma got me. She gonna stand beside me.
That's funny. You two are content creators, right?
Yes.
How do you, models.
Creative director.
Event planner.
Yeah, how do you feel that has like just that media, being just out in the media, and how do you feel like your experience has been with like loving yourself and like body image? Just
Very hard.
Yeah.
Lots of crying, lots of self-awakening, and lots of coming to myself like, all right, you've got this. You're the only you that's like this. She mentioned how we can look at certain people on social media and kind of idolize them, or they'll like it'll get in your head. So there was a few particular models that I knew personally, and they kind of blew up in the wrong way, and then everyone's like hyping them, and I'm like, no, I know this, or no this, like, and it's like it was such a front, and it really bothered me. It bothered me when I would like see them do good, and I was like, hold on, now are you hating? Or like, what's wrong? Like, are you upset that you haven't gotten this? Or are you upset that you know that they could have gotten it a different way, and blah, 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 regardless of how they've gotten their success. But I had to unfollow them because I was like, okay,
unhealthy.
It's bothering me watching their feed. Until I fix whatever that bothering me is within myself, I can't look at their feed and be happy for them. The fact that I'm not happy for someone, it's gonna, that doesn't feel good to me. So I want to, be like, go sis or whatever, not like, And I was had to like really, I was like, am I hating right now, or am I just like it was a mix of feelings. Or am I unhappy
where I am because I can't cheer them on? That's why.
Right. So when it comes to social media, and I've been like early on modeling like social media, like bullied and bashed and model like slander, on all types of stuff on all forms of social media, where it made me draw back a little bit. I will post a little less, or you'll just barely see me. They're like, hey, are you still doing this? I'm like, yeah, I'm still doing that. But like, I haven't seen you post. So kind of being model shamed and body shamed and all of that, social media can take a toll on you, but then you have to have a reset. If you don't have a reset, you're going to lose your mind. Yeah. You're going to lose your friends. You're going to be in a very dark place, but you have to just have a moment freak out, cry, let that out, experience those emotions. Because if you do not, guys,
you gotta cry
right now.
You got
guys,
like my wife.
Don't do that all the time, and it's just like. You have to let that emotion out. Like, you have to scream. I often go to my car and just be like, like, you know, I have my moments and I'm just like, all right.
Therapy session.
I'm good. Right. But I needed to let that out because if I didn't, it's going to come out in a different way or on someone else or in the wrong situation and they're not going to deserve it. And I'm going to feel really, really bad about it.
I feel like last month, everybody was like, oh man, you didn't put any content out in March and blah, blah, blah. I was like, bro, I was burnt out. Like, there was nothing I could do in the month of March. Like, nothing. And because we had 2 photo shoots. We had 4 shows in 2 weeks. And I'm just like, bro, like, I can't do anything else. And I caught myself in a sense of, like, I was doing it for the wrong reasons. I was doing it like, we got to just get content. Instead of just doing it like, why am I doing this? I need to slow myself down, and breaks are so much needed, especially off of social media, off of anything, honestly. Like, sometimes I have to pull myself away from work and they pay me. And I'm just like, bro, I ain't got it. Yeah. I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have the mental capability to do anything. Sometimes I got to pull myself away from when I'm with my wife. I'm just like, babe, I don't have it. I don't have it. And I'm in autopilot this month. I promise you, when May start, I'm here. When May start, May 1st, I'm here.
Be like that.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, this whole 30 days, bro, I'm not moving. I ain't doing no laundry. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing it because I feel like I'm either 100% or 0. I've never done 15%. I've never did 99%. And anything I've done, love, business, work, anything. So if I catch myself doing 0, I shut down like a computer, dog. It's just a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So I have to kind of figure out how to balance, but right now I haven't figured that out. So it's just like March, I did not move, like nothing. And it felt really good because now I'm back and we're in a whole new setting. We got new things going. You know, we got new colleagues, new people that are coming in. We hit monetization status on YouTube. Like, big thanks for y'all for that. That's huge. You know what I'm saying? So, sometimes you do have to slow yourself down and acknowledge the big wins. Like, that's huge as a creative. Like, bro, like some little wins, big wins. Like, people be like, oh, you only got 1,000. I'm like, bro, no. Not only I got 1,000 subscribers, you know, like, you better stop playing with me. I got 400 views. I can go big on that.
Turn around, come back. Different.
I'm gonna need you to walk out that door and come back and talk to me nice.
Right. Put some respect on me. You know what I'm saying?
So, what is your take on how social media affects our industry?
I think what you were saying is a really good point, and him as well, because I watch you struggle with that a lot. Like, being a creative director, you're always like, I feel like I'm not doing enough. You know what I mean? I'm not pushing out enough. And so with me, I feel the same way, especially with my modeling, because there was one point where I was like, photo shoot. And then moved out here, and then COVID kind of happened. So then after that, I felt like, damn, I lost my flame. So I feel like that's a huge pressure, especially as a creative or a model, is always feeling like, am I posting enough? Am I getting enough engagement? But I think what you said is a huge point. You have to take a step back and understand, like, I need a break. Like, even if I'm 1 month, I'm not doing anything except for sitting in my house watching murder shows all day. Like, you know what I mean?
And not feel guilty about it, right?
Like, not make yourself feel, like you're not doing enough. So that's one of the major and like watching you go through it, because you'll give yourself anxiety to a point where it's like, girl, you
Shout
literally
out to self-sabotage.
I'm like, girl, you just did 4 photo shoots in one day. It is okay if you sleep till 9 a.m. tomorrow. Right.
I got nothing.
I'm like, I be sleeping and be like, all right.
I'm like, girl, that was 15 seconds.
I'm up.
Take an hour. It's okay.
Don't move or I'm chaining you to the bed.
Okay. So definitely that's the huge thing for me.
Yeah, for sure.
I have to say this, because I would love to touch on this. Work guilt. Oh my gosh. That bothers my mental. Like, when you work for someone and you are actually sick or something's going on and you're calling out, but you know the workload and you're like, but I'm sick. Especially when COVID happens, like I got the flu, but it ain't COVID.
But are you sick though? I'm the manager. Are you sick?
And it's like if you go to work sick, they're like,
show me your hospital note.
You should. They
can't even ask for that during COVID.
And it's like you know, it's messed up if you don't go to work. It's messed up if you do go to work. I will always be torn like that, and I will have burnouts because it was just like, well, they think I'm not sick enough. I can be, I can push myself, and then I'm over here like. Almost about to
dying.
I'm like frail because
I'm
mentally and then physically, like my body is just like giving up. So work
and you're
burnouts.
giving that 100%, and then this company or whatever is only giving you 25%. You know, like
let me tell you.
Like,
I mean, I think for one, Nay knows because she just gotten to a point where she's a full-time entrepreneur. She quit her job completely. Awesome. So I'm giving her flowers right there.
Yes.
Thank you. And that's a huge move. That takes a lot of courage.
She hitting me with she's like, so when you gonna do it? I'm like,
I got
when these bills stop showing up.
Oh my God. No, that was the biggest thing, like work guilt. Like what did you do? I did personal injury. Okay. So at a clinic. So it was a lot of work. We'd get so many patients in, and that's of course work that we have to do and make sure we get paid and all of that. And I had to be in charge of, everybody, and the team wasn't as great as I would want it to be, and all the responsibility was on me. And I felt to a certain point that, I was overworking myself, and the reward just wasn't there. Monetarily, just money wise, just in any shape or form.
No.
And I worked with pretty crappy bosses, I will say that. Like really crappy bosses.
How often do you work for a good boss? I think that's less probable that you have a good boss than
I guess that's true.
There's so many terrible bosses that you don't even get a good boss.
Good bosses
I have two
that have gone off and gone better, and I left with them.
I was like, that's great.
That's what they say, that a lot more people stay at companies because of the leadership.
That's the reason they quit.
Have, right?
It's never really about money. It's more about leadership.
Absolutely.
It's
about
paid
that.
very little. At a place I love because
that loyalty,
of how they would treat me.
Because you don't put a dollar amount on it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's peace of mind.
Well, I literally just quit a job.
Which is huge.
I quit a job recently just because of the fact of my lack of value and mentally how it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I lost, someone who's like a brother to me, and they didn't even give me bereavement. They just was like, yo, you can come back in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? And then
because it wasn't a direct family member.
Right. Well, I mean, he is a direct family member.
But I'm saying, is that was their reason for not?
No, it was just like we were in a pandemic. When we were in a pandemic, we were doing to-goes. So like they were just like, it's just y'all. We need y'all here. And after that, we. Just how people talk to me, I was just like, this is blatant disrespect. I was like, yo, like, if I was to talk to you how you talk to me, I wouldn't be employed. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of people in leadership roles, they feel like because they're in that level of power, they can talk to you any kind of way because they feel like talking to you that kind of way is going to make you feel like less, you're going to do more. And I did that for so long that I lost myself, and I had to pick myself up at the beginning. I'm like, hold on, I'm DJ.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I will quit this job tomorrow.
And so the way people talk to you, it goes so far because it's like they can give you whatever news it is or whatever direction. I can tell someone they're doing a terrible job in a way, and they can be like, okay. And depending on how I say that, they can either receive it or they can reject it. Yeah. And I can be like, hey, I think you're doing great and blah, blah, blah. Because when I do coaching, I'm like, I know you stumbled here, but how about next time you do this next time,
Not like you suck,
like, you messed up,
you trash,
or,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
just like that.
I think it's time.
Cool. So we're gonna go ahead and close up, and any closing remarks before we head out? Anybody that wants to give kind of a word of advice about self-confidence, body imaging, to your people.
Just stay being yourself. It's worth it. It might be hard, but definitely just stay true to whoever you are. That's my best advice.
Yeah, I mean. I can say a lot.
Well, you don't have that long.
I know, exactly. Just, be true to yourself. It'll be okay. Just keep working. It'll, be gentle with yourself. Just make sure that you always do what's best for you.
I would say short and sweet, self-care break. Turn your phone off. Let your people know, hey, I need an hour to myself. Go in your car, screen, whatever you need to do. Let that emotion out and let it be. Move on. Don't sweat that small stuff because you can make it the first time. You can do it a second.
Yeah.
I think understanding what part of life you are is very important. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are at a point where you kind of know your identity, you kind of got to take that time and figure out what that looks like for yourself. Take yourself on dates. Take yourself to figure out what your interests are, and that'll kind of build your confidence and kind of set the tone for how people come around you, relationships, friendships, things like that. You know, you're not gonna sacrifice yourself for others. And then after that, you know, success will just start building up after that. But it starts at the identity piece. So if you're not at that point, we need to get there. You know? But you know, this is the lounge. You know, we got Serenity Hill to the right of me. We got Lotus right in front of me. We got Nay. It's your boy DeejayDadon. Go ahead and like and subscribe to the YouTube page. We on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart. You know what I'm saying? So until next time, we got a show on the 28th. So we'll see you then. Much love.